It's like go, flash bands the best, go so dope, and in the streets, chasing their dream. With you on ball, we're winning team. No man, we're digging deep, vengeance. It's like go man, shout it out loud, flash band.
You're the gold of the fam, part of the crew, the heart of this band, shining so bright like nuggets in the stream. Together we live in the Prospector stream. Flash fam, you're the spark of the show, digging up treasure wherever we go. Whatever we like, in every share, you're the reason let's go out there. And the good times flow, you ain't the flow.
You're the goal of the fam, part of the crew, the heart of this band, shining so bright, the nuggets in the street. Yeah, we live in the Prospector street. Best band, real spark of the show, digging up treasure wherever we go. With every light and every share, you're the reason it's gold out there. Raise your band, let the good times flow. Best band, you'll make it flow.
Hey there, members, you're gold of fan, part of the crew, the heart of this clan, shining so bright like nuggets in the stream. Together we're living the Prospector's dream. Flash fam, you're the spark of the show, digging up treasure wherever we go. With every light and every share, you're the reason there's gold out there.
Part of the crew, the heart of this clan, shining so bright like nuggets in the stream. Together we're living the Prospector stream. Flash bam, you're the spark of this show, digging up treasure wherever we go. With every lock and every share, give us the reason there's gold out there. So raise your band, let the good times flow. Flash bam.
Hey now, members, you're the gold of the fam, part of the crew, the heart of the trend, shine so bright like nuggets in the stream. Together we're living the Prospector stream. Flash fam, you're the spark of the show, taking our treasure wherever we go. With every like and every share, you're the reason there's gold out there. So raise your band, let the good times flow. Flash fam, you make it grow.
Welcome to the fam where the treasure is you. Flash in your pants, go find the time. You're a part of the crew, real treasure's you. Digging up fun, everything we do. Flash fam, we're starting to rich members like you make the channel click. Grab your gear, let's take a stand. Together we're flashing your pants. In your pants. So thanks for the love, thanks to all the gold. You're the heart of this fan, the best truth be told. Stay shiny, stay true, keep coming back. Flash fan forever on the treasure track.
Head up, baby, shot the gold in the pan, heart of the cream in the heart of the clan, shining so bright like nuggets in the stream. Together we're living your Prospector stream. The flash in your passion, you're the spark of the show, digging up treasure wherever we go. With every lie, not every share, you're the reason there's gold out there.
Welcome to the fame where the treasure shine. With flash in your pants, go find in time. You're a part of the crew, yeah, the real treasure's you. You're digging up fun in everything we do. Flash fame, we're striking it rich. Members like you make the channel click. Grab your gear, let's take a stand. Together we're flashing your pan. So thanks for the love, thanks for the gold. You're the heart of this pan, the best truth be told. Stay shiny, stay true, and keep coming back. Flash fan forever on the treasure track.
now? Can you hear me now? Yes, now you can hear me. Oh my goodness. So I've been saying all that stuff for absolutely nothing. But I don't know why the song ain't playing. I'm gonna refresh it. So at the end of the stream, I have a redirect to Can Do Veterans Live. Here's the last two I've made.
Intermission time on Tuesday night. Hangout live. The river's still running, the gold's still there. Take a little break, but don't go anywhere. Got stories to tell, got tater to find. So sit back, relax, and unwind. Take a breather, take your time. We'll be back on the treasure line. Gold and glory, digging deep. The hunt ain't over, no time to sleep. Whether you're digging or dreaming, it's all the same.
Like an Elvis
Chasing the
feel
gold
to it.
is more than a game. The legends are waiting just out of sight. We'll be back soon. Hold on tight.
Can you hear it?
Take a breather, take your time. We'll be back on the treasure line. Gold and glory, digging deep. The hunt ain't over, no time to sleep.
Can you hear it?
So grab a drink, stretch it out. The night's still young, ain't no doubt. Tuesday night, we're going strong. Hang tight, we'll be back very soon.
All right. That was gonna be an intermission song. Remember last week I had to go to the restroom a couple times, and I got a video I could share with you that I put together with this program actually, and I used an instrumental, which I think it's I think it's this one right here. Jeffrey, how are you? It's good to see you. But let's hear the second one. That was the first one. This one's rock alternative Treasure Line. And remember, this song is for like a 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, 11 seconds intermission video I want to make for like Tuesday Night Hangout Live and stuff. So let's check this one out.
Grab your pan, grab your gear, the best time of the week is here. Strike it rich or chase the dream, digging deep in that golden stream. Metal detectors beeping.
That's a different one. Here it is.
Intermission time on Tuesday nights. Hang out live. The river's still running, the gold's still there. Take a little break, but don't go anywhere.
Got stories to tell, got bit to find. So sit back, relax, and unwind. Take a breather, take your time. We'll be back on the treasure line. Golden glory, digging deep. The hunt ain't over, no time to sleep.
So what do you think, Jeffrey?
Whether you're digging or dreaming, it's all the same. Chasing that gold is more than a game. Legends are waiting, just out of sight. We'll be back soon. Hold on tight. Take a breather, take your time. We'll be back on the treasure line. Golden glory, digging deep. The hunt ain't over, no time to sleep. Take a breather, take your time. We'll be back on the treasure line. Golden glory, digging deep.
Just
The
listen
hunt
to
ain't
the
over, no
cards we're
time to
bringing
grab a
up.
drink. Stretch it out.
Want to know something
The night's
funny?
still young. Ain't no
Earlier,
doubt.
Jeff, I watched
Tuesday
a
nights.
sports video
We're going strong.
of a band
Hang tight.
doing,
We'll be back very soon.
oh, now I can't remember. Doot, doot. Now I'm blanking. I listened to this stuff and now I'm blanking. Oh my goodness sakes alive. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Mana, mana. Doot, 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 doot. And that stayed in my brain for like 4 hours. Remember when that one baby shark, doot, 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 came out? Want to hear a funny story? We were remodeling a veterinarian's office, and these guys that are on the job, you wouldn't think be kind of like that, but my buddy Nate Pugsley and Jack Frank, who's actually part of the Flash fam. He's not a member, Jack, but he is really supportive of the channel. I work with him. He's a great supervisor and stuff. Great guy to work with. But and another guy, David Jenninghoff, Jet. We call him the Bear, and just someone starts singing it. Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo. Mama shark, and here's like 4 or 5 of us singing that stupid song on a job site. Ay caramba. It's all I can do is thinking of you. Your gold is so fine. I want it all mine. I don't know if I've listened to any Cars in a while. My tower, my streaming tower had no DVD or CD or rewriter ROM or whatever. So I just got one in the mail that I picked up that I can plug in. I'll have to test it, find some DVDs, and I got a couple riotable discs, and I need to read over the paperwork a little. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. I think. But I gotta play with this gadget and see what I can do with it. Let me see, they have German, they have Spanish, Espanol, Deutsch, French, Francis. Oh, they do have English. Huh. I hate that song. My daughter's saying that all the time. Still don't know the lyrics. Yeah, it's kind of bat poo crazy, huh, Jeff? Well, I know the springtime's here. A lot of people are doing stuff. Today in Ohio was warm, but rainy. I have a couple of jobs going on that I'm driving back and forth to. One job I'm superintendent and I'm babysitting subcontractors, and the other one I'm actually the carpenter, the laborer, and whatnot. Wear many hats. But it's one thing I've been doing, working on some stuff. So, it is what it is. Wonder if my Nightbot's gonna. I do have a referral link if you're ever into DreamMat, where you could get $5 off by clicking the link down in the description, or just use code $5EM at Prospector's Dream. I love this stuff. If you've been paying attention to my channel for past 7-8 years, been working with them a long time. Who else is here, Jeffrey? Any other members in the house? Mandy's Candy renewed her membership. Thank you, Mandy. So I appreciate it. I made this overlay with the lyric down there and the members only way over there on the corner. I think I put it too high because I wanted to stay above that ticker. I just took it a little too high. So one day I might let you just have you all sit in when I'm playing around with stuff. So, see, I need those two things just a little lower, because that one up there, I can change to different things, like my story time with Flash logo, or my GPA chapter, or Ohio State. I can have their logo up there, or one of my several logos up there, or powered by StreamYard. Not, but they won't let me delete that one. But I've been trying different live ones too, like that one there, but that's too small. I don't like that. I think I'll get rid of that. And then there's this one, but it kind of blends into the background a little bit too much. So I think I'll get rid of those two. And I kind of like this one the best, right there. You can see it. You can see it's working. I think I'll stay with that one. But we are going to have a sticker pack giveaway at the end of the live stream. Honestly, Jeff, thanks for being here. Are you still here, Jeff? Because I see there's 3 viewers, and you were, yep. Yeah, that one does stick out pretty good, don't it? And I'm glad GIF files were working here in StreamYards. Because if I go back to OBS, I know I could, but I need to get some more room in my tower. I want to get a solid state hard drive put in it and just have my running system and stuff on that. And maybe see if I could get some bigger RAM cards, because all my RAM slots are full. I wonder how much bigger I can go on that. I bought the tower, I want to say like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I have a really good laptop, which I started Tuesday Night Hangout live on. But what I wanted to do, and I use a green screen, so I use a lot of resources on my RAM. So if you watch some of my early Tuesday Night Hangout live videos, live streams, oh my God, they're awful. Looking back, they're terrible. But you know, it's that way with everything. Of course, you're gonna get better and better and better and improve. And your first time doing stuff, it's gonna be like fail, oops, pulled a blind moment, whatever the case may be. And but my lighting was a lot poorer, because with chroma key, lighting is almost everything. And right now I have 5 lights. I have my right and my left. I have my key light up there, and I have a backlight over here that shines against my green screen, and I try and avoid hot spots in my green screen. I got a terabyte flash drive. They hold a ton, but not cheap. No, I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 1 terabyte external hard drives. I have a 4 terabyte exterior hard drive, and I think the other one is a 2 terabyte. And videos take a ton of hard space. Last year, it's okay. I've lost it too. But yeah, space. And my computer hard drive's starting to get full again, so I need to upload some more to my exterior hard drives. Stuff's not cheap, you know. And then StreamYard's jacking up my subscription like 500%. literally like 500%. They jacked up my monthly subscription. But Jeff, since you're the only one chatting, I take it you're the only member watching. I have this card right here. Ta-da! And here's the sticker pack. I have several Flash in Your Pan channel stickers in 3 different sizes, a small, a medium, and large. I have a Tuesday Night Hangout Live 7-year sticker there. I have a couple from, Alaskan Assassin Adventures, all the way from beautiful Alaska, the last frontier. Then I have one from my friend old Spike from Spike Strike Adventure, prospecting equipment. Kind of a collectible because Spike's now back to his passion of building guitars and golfing stuff. And he's actually stopped making thermoform sluices, and they're pretty good. I own a few of them, and I have videos on a few of them. And I use several of them all the time. But old Spike buddy's out. He still does it, but not very often. And he's willing to sell his thermoform gear and his molds and everything. His ABS plastic sheeting. He's in North Carolina, so if you're close to there and feel like making some drop riffle sluices and high bankers and stuff, you never know. But have that in there, collectible now. And then our friend Megadog555, I got one of his stickers there. And then another friend of mine, Robinson Prospecting Equipment, with his Just Sluice It sticker. And that's what this package is, sticker pack is. So, Jeff, I'm not even gonna spin a spinner or anything because, hey, you're here. You're the only one chatting. So, guess what, buddy? Guess what? Guess what? It's all yours, Jeffrey. So, if you would, email me your mailing address to flashinyourpen@gmail.com, and I'll write you a note if I remember and send it off to you. And can add to your sticker collection, because I don't think I've ever sent you any before. I asked on the members posts in the communities for addresses for all the members. I want to send all the members stickers. Don't know if notifications went out, huh? I'm subscribed to myself on my company phone. So, hey, don't judge me. Let me see. I got a notification there. remember, it's public. Only members can actually chat. Members and moderators. I got a notification there. I came in at 7:55. So pretty much right when I went live. I didn't get no 30-minute reminder though. So yeah, but it was a pretty good day today, at least in my part of the woods. A lot of stuff going on, so I know people are getting spring fever and doing their cleaning and everything. So, but yeah, email me your mailing address. I'll get them out to you sometime next week. So that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool if you would. So. Yeah, I lived in Massachusetts. I lived in North Chelmsford, where my ex-wife is from. Actually, I could show you exactly where we lived. My youngest lives in Lowell. Great kid. I was just talking to him. Here, I'll share my map with you. You'll hopefully. Let me see. I'm gonna take off some stuff so I'm not eating so much RAM. I need to keep that up. I can knock that down. I can knock that down. I keep my email up. Don't need this email up. Hey, Steven, how are you doing, Brewer? No, you didn't win. None of you were here yet, so Jeffrey won. So yeah. But here's my map. I have all those are job sites for just the past couple of years. Bunch of stars and bunch of flags. But zooming into Mass, not sure what I have right there. South Chelmsford, North Chelmsford. Right there, what's that? Crystal Lake? No, Freeman Lake. But yeah, I used to just live off of 3 here. Not really far from the Merrimack either. I think it was on 4th Avenue. It was either 2nd or 4th Avenue, right? I can't look up to it. Might have been right there. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. I don't remember the address there. And that's been a long time ago. Might have been right here. Might have been. No, wasn't first. I think it was like right there. Right there. And then my mother-in-law and father-in-law lived right here. Lived right there at that house right there. They're dead. They're long gone. But that's where they lived. And that's where I lived in Massachusetts. Then I lived up in Nashua for a little bit. Up in Nashua. Then I lived down here in New York. Yeah, not far out of White Plains in a town called Peekskill. There's White Plains. I did a lot of work in Bronxville. Would go to a comedy club in Yonkers. There's Sleepy Hollow, Osney, Peekskill. That's where I lived, right up there for a little while. Then from there, I went back to California. Now you'll see a kabillion flags and stars and stuff, and hearts. And there's where I grew up, right there, I think. Yeah, that's where I grew up. It's much different than it was when I grew up. The new owners did a real good job. It was the original farmhouse. It was a farmhouse built in 1899 to 1901 in the original boundaries of Anaheim, north, west, south, and E Street, the original boundaries. And I spent most of my time playing and stuff down here in Newport Beach on Balboa Island or here at Huntington Pier. Because, yes, I was a beach bum. I was a surfer, skater, and stuff. So then I lived in Arizona for a little while, in Bullhead City, Arizona, which I wish I was into gold prospecting when I lived up there. I lived right here in actually Riviera. In Riviera I lived, and I did construction during the day from like 3 in the morning till noon. And then I went over and I worked for Circus at the Edgewater Casino for a while at night. And at that time, we'd have to park over here, and they see these parking lots like right here. It's a parking lot goes to the Don Laughlin Riverside Resort. There's a ferry that goes from this dock over to this dock or that dock, and there's another one down here also, I believe it is. There used to be one that would go over to the Edgewater also. The bridge wasn't there at that time, but you know Jeff Williams, he films a ton of his stuff. He films a ton of his stuff right up in this area right here. 'Cause right up here, we have old Route 66 right here going through the Black Hills or Black Mountains. And right here is one of the oldest still inhabited mining town in Arizona, Oatman, Arizona. So we're going, yeah, you're gonna get wet. Jennifer, hello, hello, hello. Nashua, yeah, I wasn't there long. Me and my ex-wife, after our daughter was born, I don't know, something happened. She didn't want to be together no more, but I wanted to stay close, so I moved up there. But long story, and I won't bore you with that stuff. But yeah, Jeff Williams films a lot right in this area right here. There's all these flags here are different mines and other stuff like Gold Range Mine, um, Gold Road Mine. I did a short about this mine right here, the Gold Road Mine. Then there's can't pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. There's the pond here, Schaefer Springs, where there's goldfish in there, and Jeff's done a video on that. That's all part of the old Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Then, like, you know, a couple of guys I've had on the show not long ago. TDF. Yeah, TDF. Road to Gold, Connor and Colin. They do a lot up here. I believe their claims are up here in the Gold Basin area. White Hills, I did a short on that one. But want to see where I raised my kids? I raised my kids way up here. I knew the kind of trouble I got into in California growing up. But I raised my kids up here. See, one of those stars is my old mining claim on Finney Creek. I think it's that one right there on Sneak Shoe. I believe that goes right to the bridge on Sneak Shoe. Right on Finney Creek. We had platinum and gold, nephrite and nice hematite, thunder eggs and everything. But here's one place I had that I rented off a Hell's Angel, Gary Blanchard. He was a pretty cool guy. right here, and there's a big gravel pit where I taught my kids how to shoot guns. And see, there's my house, right? One of the houses. That one I rented. Annie and Luther lived right next door. Some really great Tar Heel couple. Old logger guy, great person. And but look, just look what was north, what was in my backyard. That's Josephine Mountain there and Josephine Lakes towards the top. Then on the other side, there's Lake Shannon. Then that's Lima Pass. Right there. See right there at that star there? At that star, that very star on the South Fork Nooksack River is one of my favorite rivers in Washington, pretty much in my backyard. Because at that time, Crown Pacific Logging owned this land. They don't own it no more. And I'd get a monthly permit. And with that permit, I got the combinations to any lock I wanted. And every month they'd switch out combinations on all the gates. But that place there, you've seen my friend Victor in here during live streams, Labradary Vix. But he's a very good Apache friend of mine. We met in Washington, and we hiked down through here, crossed the river, and on that gravel bar right there, we found a beautiful platinum nugget. Looked like a heart. It was probably as big as my pinky nail, and he won the flip. And apparently Victor still has it. Have property at the base of Thunder Mountain in Nevada. Nice, Jennifer. Hey, Bob Drake, how you doing? Downeast Detecting, great to see you. And you're allowed to chat, because you are a moderator. But I love this river, because, okay, there's the house that I was renting from Gary Blanchard, a biker, a Hell's Angel. But he was really cool to me. Never no issues. What the heck are they doing there? Are they mining? Oh, the great thing about the Skagit River Valley, you have some really good districts and gold-bearing rivers that are tributaries to the well. Justin, thanks for becoming a member, Justin. But the great thing about Skagit Valley and a lot of valleys in Washington is you kind of have the best of both worlds. You have natural occurring gold, which will become placer and alluvial and eluvial deposits and back up to the lode or the outcrop. And then you have glacial gold too. And in this area, here's the house I lost in the divorce right here. I wish it would focus in. There's my old house right there. Oh, come on, Google. But there's my old house right there. And there's one house up here somewhere. It used to be, but there's a equestrian camp right here. I think that's it there. But there's like nothing. I used to take my KDX out in the mountains all the time with that thing. And I drive all day because there's literally nothing to the north of me, no pavement at all until you get up here, the Mount Baker Highway, which goes to the Mount Baker Mining District and Mount Baker Ski Resort, Nooksack Falls, and the North Fork of the Nooksack. There's Mount Baker. And this is the region that Jason from Mount Baker Mining Equipment or whatever his company's called is his mine. I know he owns some property in Skagit Valley or Skagit County also. But I know his business is up in the Bellingham area, which is right there. But I love the South Fork Nooksack. And you've heard me talk about the story where my dredging partners and the people I had the mining claims, we had 3 on Finney Creek, and then we had 2 on the Klamath River by Orleans, California. We literally, only place you can get in there now is either hiking in you have to hike in from the hatchery right here. It's about 2 miles. And there's a canyon right here. And this makes a nice sharp turn. And then it hits a cliff right here and goes through a canyon for about a quarter of a mile or so. I mean, sheer canyon. But it rained on us, and I never saw water come up so fast on a river. The South Fork Nooksack, I believe all the Nooksacks are wild rivers. No dams on them, no reservoirs. So when it's raining up on the Sisters, which is, that mountain's like full of olivine. It's big olivine rock. But the water came up really fast and it rained for like 3 weeks. And we decided not to hike out or float down our dredges, so we tied them up 10 feet above the water line. We came back a couple weeks later, they were floating. It was still raining a little. River's not as raging as it was before the week prior, and I'm really surprised our dredges were still there. 2 American Gold dredges built by Alan Trees when he had American Gold Dredge. And what you say about Canyon, Justin? It was a beautiful drive there in February. I went to a church camp way back in the early teens up there near Maple Falls. Oh, cool. Sloan Mountain? I've heard of Sloan Mountain. if I remember right, isn't I'm thinking Sloan Mountain, Sloan Creek is known to carry diamonds, and there's a kimberlite deposit in that area, if I'm thinking right. But yeah, that canyon. Then we came back. We dragged our dredges up the side another 10 feet. Then when we came back after the rain stopped and the waters went down, we came back there so you could see how it comes through here. It's changed a bit. It's eaten a lot of this. Uh, it looks a lot different than it did a long time ago. But, rivers do that and mountains do that and stuff. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right area, but Sloan Mountain does ring a bell. Um, but right here at the canyon, we ended up using a logging platform, which I believe the logging landing was in here somewhere. And we dragged our dredges through the woods, down the landing, through the woods, and we floated down to this point. And then we dredged for a few hours, and then we're like, hey, the water's coming up. So back to all that. But when we came back, we're looking up at our dredges 20 feet above the water line. And so we're like, oh man. So we rigged them, belayed them down, and instead of taking them apart, because at that time we were parked here at the fish hatchery at Skookum Creek, we floated down the river. And right through this canyon, in about the middle, I went over a boulder and I killed my tailbone, I tell you, because we were kind of up under our sluice boxes, kind of like this, under our sluice boxes, hanging on to the pontoons and sticking our feet in there and floating down the river. And I busted my tailbone so bad in about the middle of that canyon. And one of our dredges flipped over, but we flipped it back over like as fast as it was flipped back over. No problem. But we floated down to here, and then we got our dredges out in our rig. But that was a fun time. And this place right here, in the late 1800s, there was the Skookum Stampede. There was a little mining tent camp right here called Flea. And they were finding nice nuggets and stuff. And there's a story I heard about the Sumas Indians. Was it the Sumas or the Nooksacks? Nooksacks, I believe. There were some sourdoughs up here mining, and they called it the Skookum Creek Massacre, where the native population came in and slaughtered a camp of miners. Because unfortunately, way back then, a lot of the conflict was over resources. People would come in and encroach on others' resources, their food and water and all that resources. And that caused a lot of hostilities. but they ended up being, I don't know where, but I did read it in some of the history of Skagit and Whatcom County, because we're actually in Whatcom County there. But who knows? And I would love to get if I could pinpoint exactly where it happened, and take now a much better metal detector than what I had 30 some years ago. Up there, you never know. You could find old miners' poke. A lot of times they would bury them under their fire pits. And, if they're finding good gold up on the upper reaches of Skookum Creek, um, there could be a poke there just full of nuggets that's been sitting there for over 100 years since that massacre. um, just be waiting to be found. Yeah, you could see I have pin drops all over the place. But and I remodeled this place. Uh, what? Woods Logging Supply. I did a lot of work for that family. But I actually, come on, I can't drop there we go. I actually remodeled this place. See those doors right there? I want to get a better. See those doors right there? I built those. I submitted the drawings and everything. But my friend Jay Lyman owns that place. Um, they also have Woods Logging Supply in Southwest Washington. Give me a moment. Longview. And they had one in Morton. But I made those doors from scratch. I drilled every hole in that 1/4 inch plate on both sides of the door. They're double doors. And we had axes made for pull handles. So when you open up the door, you're grabbing axes to open those up. And that was quite a project. I'd have to look for pictures. I doubt if I have them scanned, though. I really doubt it. But yeah, I wonder. I bet you. But yeah, Jay Lyman, great guys, great bunch of guys. And right down the road, where's Woods Logging Supply? There's Woods Logging Supply. Right down the road, right here, I believe it's this building right here. Right in a little tiny, no, that ain't it. It's this one right here. Right there. I think it was right there. Daryl Grimley and I had Paystreak Enterprises. I believe it was. There's Main Street. Tiny Tim's Tattoos was right in here. Tiny Tim's Tattoos, where Timothy Dahmer says Tiny Tim's Tattoos taste best. I have a bumper sticker that says that somewhere. But right in here was Paystreak Enterprises. I was a financial investor in that hobby. And yes, I'll call that a hobby because I had to work full time to help. Daryl Grimley and I both worked full time and ran that store. And the problem with prospecting stores were too specialized, really. But I have to admit, Woods Logging Supply was really supportive of my venture with Daryl Grimley, but that was there. In Cedar-Woolley, Washington, I fondly call home. I don't call Anaheim home. I call Cedar-Woolley and Skagit Valley home, is where I call home. I've lived all over. I've been to all the lower 48. I don't really care if I go to Hawaii. I don't surf anymore. I will get to Alaska. I should have went to Alaska when my daughter lived in Anchorage, though. All one story. I'll need to detect around this home. Maybe I'll find something. I did find a ring around the old burnt out carriage shed, but it may have been more recent. Route 9 is actually impressive being so close to I-5. Yeah, in the lakes, in the area, in turns, yeah. I lived right off of Highway 20 up by Hamilton Lyman area in a hamlet called Pumpkin Center is where that last house I showed you up in Skagit Valley. Marble Mountain's beautiful area. I used to play a lot down in the Salton River Basin. You know, you went to the gold show right there in Monroe, Justin, at the Washington State Fairgrounds. But a friend of mine who has an inland mine now up in Nome is from Salton, Dave. And I've done really, really good on the Salton River. There's a place where we'd hike in. It's up by the nudist camp up here. I think there's the nudist camp. But get my bearings. Get my bearings, Ed. Okay. Salton Basin Road. Go up here. You turn. You could park. But I'd end up over here. End up over here somehow. try and get my bearings. But I've found some pretty good stuff in this area of the Sultan and Only Creek. But now, from what I hear, Only Creek, where's Only Creek? Come on, where are you? It's up here somewhere. I believe Only Creek dumps into Wallace Falls. I'm losing my bearing. That might be Only Creek right there. Yeah, yeah. Up higher, yeah, right in here. There's the bridge. I had a really nice campsite up in here. But I've done pretty good. But that's DNR land, and from what I understand now, you can't prospect on state land. I should have driven the less than 20 miles to say I've been to Maine. Should have. Maine's beautiful. I saw my first moon in Maine, Bob and Justin. I was when I lived in Mass. I was working on some cabins at Lake Winnipesaukee. Not far from Wolfboro. Find Lake Winnipesaukee. Is that it right there? Yeah. Not far from Wolfboro. And the guy I worked with, Mom, lived right over the border. So we went over there after work one time. And that's where I saw my first moose. I forget where she lived, but you live in Wolfboro? Huh. I don't know. It could have been Acton. Oh, you said Alton? It could have been Acton. But to be honest, I really don't know where she lived. I wasn't driving, so I, I was just looking around and stuff. Cool. Lots of moose on Route 16. Yeah, but that was cool seeing moose. I wish I had my camera ready to get some pictures. But yeah, I should put some kind of pin at every place I live, but I don't remember all my addresses. I could show you in Washington. And then my mom lived down here. And I played a lot in these areas right here on East Fork Lewis River, Canyon Creek, and GPA has a claim on Canyon Creek still. But there's having a CRS moment. I'm trying to remember this river name. But I found some decent color there. I should have gone sniping there. With Schugel? What's the name of this river, Ed? Schwagel? Ha! Can't remember the name of the river. It saved my life. Washougal? I have some videos on it. Back from '09 or whatever when I started my channel. Washougal? Then our friend Dave from Spin It Off, he lives down here in Camas. I believe his shop's out of Camas. And that's Washougal is the name of the river, I want to say. That's what I want to say. Yeah, Washougal. And Spin It Off is here in Camas, Ohio, Washington. I'm surprised that's where I had to go when my mom died for memorial service there. There's where my mom lived for a while, I think it was. No, I guess I took that landmark off. I had a pin mark for place. I guess I took it off. It was in Fisher's Landing. But she was living up in Woodland, right area, nice area. My nephew lives up there, and my brother lives up here. Mount St. Helens right there. Yes, Washougal. Sandy. Isn't Todd Hoffman from Sandy? I've driven through Sandy. It's just down around right here. For some reason, I thought it was closer to Mount Hood, but I've driven through there before. I think not the last time I was there because I flew in. I stayed at Odysseus Ferris's house. I woke up. I drove down to Tacoma and visited with my friend Sam Geens. He's a YouTuber. Sam the Adventure Man has his boat berthed at Tacoma. So I had lunch with him, and then I drove down to Camas for my mom's memorial service. And I had to drive all the way back up to Auburn. Went to bed and woke up and went to the airport and flew home. Then a month later, during Christmas time, I had to fly back out to California and flew into John Wayne Airport. And because of the Southwest airline ordeal on Christmas Day, which was the second time they canceled our airfare, the second time they canceled our flight, then we got a rental car and drove back. Drove back on 10, then went up 25 to 40 and through that way. And I pulled out of the airport with 9 miles on the car they gave me. Got the last rental. It was expensive, but Southwest Airlines did make do good with it. I'm sorry, I don't have chat in multiple windows and stuff. So, speaking of the Hoffmans, what happened to the show? Did it end? Oh, you went to school with Dave Turin's son? Right on. Yeah, Dave Turin too. Oh, yeah, by hitting a moose, I bet. Friend of mine hit a mule deer in the Rockies. No, not the Rockies. It was Idaho. And in a Porsche. Yeah, it was the 914. It was just a little sewing machine, but still about killed him. I'm scrolling back, see what some people. You were close in New Hampshire. You should have went to Maine while you were there, Justin. Maine's New England's beautiful country and has some pretty good gold. I did actually really good on Broad Brook in Vermont when I was there about 4 years ago. But I visited my son in Lowell, then went up there. It's like a 15-hour drive. I ended up meeting Brother Joseph. Where was that? Riggins? Not Riggins. That's Idaho. Um, Rutland. And hung out with them. But we were up in Coolidge State Park is where we stayed. And right here by Bridgewater, there's a brook, Broad Brook. I did really well on in using a run for the hills sluice made by my friend Ron Adams out of Massachusetts. Don't tell the guys in Vermont. I was running a sluice in Vermont. I was breaking the law. And in about 4 hours, I believe it was 1.4 grams in about 4 hours. I was really happy. Wasn't bad at all. I've been building up a collection of gold, and Eastern gold is definitely cleaner. It's some beautiful gold it is. What I found in Vermont was beautiful. I wish I would have stopped by Joe's on the way, but I stopped there on the way out because from Lowell, Mass, I came up and in and came out this way and went home down into Rutland and got my Green Mountain Gold Trap, and that you can run legally. You can run that legally in Vermont since it's classified as a classification device, a fluid bed classifier, and not a fluid bed sluice. And yeah, there's where Brother Joseph, the owner of Green Mountain Gold Traps from Rutland. But I came in from this way, and if I didn't go to my son's for a visit, I would have came in this way and would have had it before I got to that area. But I liked it. I'd love to get back. I'd love to get back, or I'd like to get up to Maine to like the Nutmeg Rendezvous. What is it? Nutmeg Prospectors, Bob. Uh, they have a rendezvous, but that rendezvous's in New Hampshire, isn't it? But I wouldn't mind finding some New Hampshire gold and Maine gold. I've actually surfed right here at York Beach, Maine. I've actually surfed that beach right there. My ex-in-laws had a summer place. You know how those mass holes are, right, Bob? They all come up and invade the coastal communities. But my mass hole in-laws had a place in York Beach. So I literally have surfed that beach right there. I've been trying to get you to come to Maine for like 10 years, Ed. When I get up to Maine, I'll let you know, Bob. I do have ways to contact you. If I was 20 years younger, I'd put on a ninja suit and dredge Vermont. Yeah, no doubt. He does what's gotta catch up with Chad. He does one at Twin Rivers, New Hampshire, but he goes to Bryan. That's where I met him, and then again in SPO. Okay. Thank you very much, Careless Whispers. I'll be mailing that out to Troubled One probably next week. I want to go through it more because I'm nowhere near happy with my results, but I did it all wrong. Totally wrong. I just didn't take it serious enough and I did it all wrong. But my eyes are kind of bad too, not like they used to be. I either want to pan through it again a teaspoon at a time and do it a lot more serious like Carl Miller did, or I'm just going to package it up and send it to Troubled One. I have his box all ready to go. Ready to go to him. Well, tonight, I believe, I'm not sure when Can Do Veteran starts, but it's probably started already. I've been live for an hour and 37 minutes. I appreciate it. Appreciate all of you who stuck around. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Mandy, for renewing your membership. Thank you very much, Justin, for becoming a channel member. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, he showed it to me in Facebook Messenger, Jeffrey. Dorothy, hi. Sorry I missed you, Dorothy. Uh, all my moderators, thank you for being here, Bob. I appreciate all my moderators and I greatly appreciate all my members. Oh, look at you, Dorothy. You've been here for a little while now. How rude of me. How rude. I'm sorry. But you were way back here when we were talking about Sloan Mountain. Bad, Ed. Bad. Thank you for becoming a member. And all of you, thank you for being members. I love you, Bob. Thank you very much, brother. Tonight, right now, as we're speaking, is probably why Mr. Lodak is not here in the live chat right now. Because over at goldprospectorspace.com, a bunch of us usually sit in and watch Gold Rush and other treasure hunting and gold prospecting related shows. And you never know. Kayla Johansson has dropped in. Brian Wilder, some of the other guys from Bering Sea Gold. Stephen Rydell has even dropped in. Good group of people over there. I'll probably be heading over there after I pop into Can Do Veterans and show some love. Dorothy, Bob, thank you very much for the super chat. And for you, my friend. Oh, yeah, super chat. Oh, yeah, super chat. Thank you very much, Bob Drake. Dorothy, good night to you too. I will see you on the river. I gotta get ready for the first and make sure my setup is ready. That's right, Justin. I'm looking forward to having you on, brother. So I'm gonna head over to Can Do Veterans. There'll be a link drop down before my end of stream, whatever, end screen, I think. I'm not sure how they do it, or they drop it in the room. Over to Can Do Veterans. There'll be a redirect link. And but I'm just gonna show some love and show up for my friends over there, and then I'll probably head over to my other family. Bob Drake, Downeast Detecting and Prospecting is one of them. I've known for many years through goldprospectorspace.com. Great community, and every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, they put on They put on a podcast, vidcast here on YouTube where you could find me and Mr. Lodak and many others. Again, everybody, thank you all for joining me for this members only live stream. And until this coming Tuesday night, when we have the one, the only, Justin Peterson of Gold Rush Whitewater, the Alaska Gold Hunter, joining us for Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's going to be a great show. Until next time, until then, may you always have a flash in your pan. And you know what I like to say, because it does happen, and I hopefully it will happen with you. Maybe one day too. I'll meet you on the river. But right now, this very second, thank you, Stephen. I'm glad you did. But right now, this very second, I'm out of here.
Yeah, super chat.
That wasn't supposed to do that. I'm out of here.
The streams wind down, but the gold still shines. Thanks to the members, the heart of the mine. Your support keeps us digging, finding that gleam. You're the backbone of this prospecting dream. Flash in your pan, your name's light the way. For every nugget found, you're why we stay. With your loyalty, the treasure runs deep. Thanks for the memories, now it's time to sleep. Members, you're gold and you're truly the best. Flashing your pan.